What up, party people? Welcome to the Friday Brew with Calvin Tiger. Today's special guest, Russell Harris, aka Young Prodigy. What's up, brother?
What's up, bro?
Fucking chilling. Alright, so if you haven't watched the Friday Brew before, here's the deal. We have an intelligent conversation over a six-pack, but that six-pack is chosen at random, so don't know what we're getting into. Could be a bunch of shitty beers, could be a bunch of good ones. Probably a mixture. I don't know.
I don't like bad beer.
Right. So good. Grab the first one, see what we get. Alright, I got a Miller Lite, that's not bad. Grab one. Get you one, bruh.
I got a Bud Light.
That's not bad. I'm not so sure that I'm that big of a fan of Bud Light, to be honest.
Well, I like Bud Light. I don't know about you, but I think it's one of the best beers. But I think I like Bud Select better. Only because I think it has a better taste and it's more crisp than Bud Light. So
I used to love Bud Light. We used to drink it all the time in high school, bro. That was the go-to. It's that or Natty. But if you were like, I'm gonna spend some money tonight. Let's get Bud Light. And then if you were feeling like you were gonna spend hella money on beer, you'd be like,
let's get some Natty.
Let's get some Select. No, if you were spending, if you were like high roller,
yeah,
rolling with the Selects, then
go to the party like, oh, I got some Select, and all the people like, oh shit, he has money.
Damn. He showed up. That means I can't take his beer. Because there's always that one dude that shows up, or at least a couple that show up, no money, no plans of spending any money. Then they drink everybody else's beer. Well, if you got the Selects in high school, then
you ain't taking my shit.
Exactly. So, Young Prodigy over here is an up-and-coming rap artist / R&B.
Damn right.
So what's up with that?
Right now, I'm kind of working on a lot of stuff, man. I got a lot of shows coming up. I got one on February 6th down on the landing at Heartbreakers. You should come down and be a part of it. I know he's still looking for some slots.
What's the date?
Open on the 6th.
February?
It'll be a Thursday. And then I have one at Mad Magician. I don't know. I forgot the date, but
Mad Magician's a dope venue.
It is? I've never been there before.
I've played there.
For real?
Yeah. It's a dope venue. They got the dopest VIP room for the artists, or the green room for the artists is pretty dope.
Green room, is that where they like do all the videos and shit? Or
the green room is where you're thinking of like green screen. The green room, in terms of like being on stage, being an artist, or being in theater. The green room is just where the people who go on stage hang out before they go on stage.
Oh, alright. So it's more like a backstage type of deal.
Yeah. That's the room that they're in when they're backstage.
Okay.
Is the green room.
I never had a venue like that before. I thought when I opened up for MGK, we were going to be like backstage like that, but they just had like this little VIP section. But
he was backstage or something like that?
No, he wasn't even there yet. He didn't get there until he was late. Well, artists are always late if you're a main event, but like everybody was screaming his name, and like we thought he'd come up on stage, but he was like maybe 20 minutes late. But it was a sold out fucking show in less than like 30 minutes.
Where'd you play it at? Where was it at?
Firebird.
Firebird?
I think it was off Washington, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the Firebird's a dope venue too.
Yeah.
MGK, that dude's psycho, but I love his music, man. His music is.
I think
speaks to me.
If I was to hang out with him, like I would definitely have a good ass time. Like because like the way he showed love at the show, like people got into a fight and he did not let them kick out none of his fans. He's like, no, don't kick out none of my fans. So that kind of shows me like he like has love for all his fans. So like, if we ever kick it, like he definitely showed me love, and like I would definitely want to kick it with Kid Ink one time.
Kid
I
Ink.
think he's in I'll give him like a couple years and he will be on top. He'll be one of the top rappers.
I say it's less than a couple years. Well, being one of the top rappers, yeah, but by the end of 2014, he's going to be mainstream.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I wouldn't say you're one of the top rappers because the way the industry's going right now, he's definitely making his mark. So
and he's got a one of a kind sound too. Kid Ink, he's a mixture of auto-tune and rap, but the way he does it is it's not like T-Pain.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's not rap. It's almost, I wouldn't compare it to Drake, but it's the same idea that Drake does.
Yeah.
A little bit less singing though.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Ever since I heard him, like I knew from the get go. So when I heard him, I was just like, yeah, just when he's finna get signed.
Yeah.
And then who's he signed with? Did he sign with Jay-Z? Because I know I heard.
I thought he was still on an independent label.
Well, he might be, but I know in that song, if you ever heard the song "No Miracles," you should listen to that. It has MGK in it too. He talks about how Jay-Z said something about, I forgot what the fuck he says, but it's a pretty dope song. I actually listen to it on workout, for real. But.
Yeah, Kid Ink and MGK are both. Hell and Back actually has a remix with MGK in it, and I think both of them have. They're not new. Neither one of them are new to the scene. You know what I'm saying? They've both been grinding for a long time.
That's what it takes.
Yeah, I know just because I'm a bigger fan of Kel's, he's like 24, I think, and I know he's been doing it since he was like 16 or something like that.
I've been doing it for a while. But I mean, I can't say that I haven't. I can say that I haven't grinded enough to get to where I'm supposed to be. So like I only can blame myself, and I've let a lot of people hold me back from doing what I'm supposed to do, and that's a big part of it. Like, and I've waited for certain things and what I should be waiting for, and like everybody's telling me, oh man, you should do this, but you're not in my position. You know what I'm saying? You don't walk in my shoes, so don't tell me I should do this and do that when you don't even know what's going on.
Yep.
Like the video we shot, everybody's like, oh man, you should have had a girl. How many girls did we try to hit up? They're like, oh, you ain't shooting no real video.
But now
that we shot it, they're like, oh, let me be in the next video.
Yep. I mean, when we were going to shoot that video, you can find a link to it right here. It's right here on the video.
Oh, all right.
Right here. You can find a link to it right there. It's called Rose Petals, and it's a song that we did. Shit, it was like impromptu. I came over to write a song, and then I chopped the song down into a 16 and threw it on that track for you.
Yeah.
And then like a year later, or was it?
It wasn't no year.
No, it was 6 months or something. Because I remember we did it back in like maybe May or June.
Rose Petals, yeah.
And we shot the video in October. Yeah. So it was like 5.
It was a while.
It was 4 or 5, 6 months, something like that. And we hit up so many people, so many days in advance. And there was I had at least 10 girls that were like, yes, I will be there for sure. And then come the day of,
nobody showed up.
Yeah.
And now they're all like, oh, I should have been in that video. Oh, well, I hit you up, but where were you at?
Yeah, and it wasn't like, oh, my grandfather died. It was, well, I'm going out tonight.
Yeah. So
I'm not trying to be in your video because I'm going out tonight.
Right.
But that's just something you face with not being somebody that's in the public, you know? Like, that's part of the grind, is facing that challenge of trying to get people on board. And it's just like, you and I talk about it. We got a friend that doesn't like either one of our music and refuses to listen to our music because I don't know why he doesn't like it, because we're not famous, pretty much is how I feel about it. Because his favorite, he's like, if you ain't Drake or Jay-Z or Kanye, I don't listen to you.
Okay, so, well, whenever I blow up, don't listen to my music.
Yeah,
even though you probably will be listening to it in your headphones, be like, oh, I used to kick it with you, man.
Yeah.
But like, I just want some support, man. Like, being on stage, it's like, I think that's the most amazing thing I've ever accomplished in my life. Like, being on stage and like just seeing the people react to your music is like I don't know, man. It's just the feeling that you get. And then like when I'm on Facebook or when I'm on Twitter and people then be like, oh, and they quote my lyrics, I'm just like, damn, that makes you feel real good. Or people like at work, dude, I got people that was like, dude, who's that kid that's in Rose Petals with? I was like, oh, that's my boy. I was like, oh, he did a hella good job. And you guys, dude, I don't know. There's so many comments and so much shit going on at my job. And they're like, oh, where's my CD at? I was like, man, my bad, I forgot it. Like,
yeah.
My bad, I forgot it. And then like, dude, there's these girls. Her name's Christina and Aaron. Dude, they want to be in the next video so bad. That's all they keep talking about. Oh, when's the video? When's the video? Am I going to be the girl in the video? I'm just like, come on now, just chill out. Wait for the video to come.
Yeah.
But
that's how it is. People don't want to fuck with you until you got something, then they want to be a part of it. Yep. And that's how it was. There was a lot of people that I hit up and try to rap with, and they were not like right when I started. I mean, I did suck. I was doing a lot better than a lot of people, but I wasn't where I'm at now, and I wasn't where I'm gonna be either. But when I started out, some people I hit up was like, "Yo, let's get on a track together." And I'm like, hey man, I don't got time for that. You just keep working. And then now they'll hit me up trying to get on track. And I'm like, yo, I don't got time for you.
Yeah, I don't got time for you. You ain't have time for me back then. Why should I have time for you now?
I would make time for him. And yeah, I would love to get on track with those specific individuals because I know I'd get on a track and me coming at the mic like I do, I'd be like, okay, I'm writing whatever you got, I'm blowing it out of the water.
Right.
And so I get on the mic with them and just try as hard as I can to be the best one on that track in that situation. But, you know, I don't necessarily have time to be spending on trying to fuck with somebody else when I need to focus on myself first and foremost.
Right. I think that's my biggest problem, man. Like, my group, I love them to death. My bad, I know y'all probably gonna watch this in the future, but I just feel like we aren't where we're supposed to be. And like, I think that's where my biggest problem is because like, together we do have a lot of push, but like, I think if we actually all like went our own separate ways and like actually help each other, like push each other, I think we would have a better chance because like nowadays people aren't taking groups, people are taking individuals. But I think if we all stuck together and like went it and as everybody as one and like let one of us make it and then brought the rest of everybody in, I think that'd be so much better. But like, cause like I let people listen to my music and they're like, man, you should be solo, you should be solo, you should be solo. I'm like, well, man, I think we're better as a group. So like it's just I don't know, it's just a big ordeal going on.
I definitely I see where you're coming from. One example I'd like to use from an ignorant standpoint is Eminem and D12.
Yeah.
Eminem blew up and brought D12 with him. But that's not actually how it happened. Eminem did blow up, then joined D12 because somebody else passed away. But, you know, M was still part of that group, although he wasn't part of the Dirty Dozen. He brought them to his record label.
Right.
He you know, he brought his homies and then he joined D12. But that's kind of that mindset is that if one of us goes, we all go, but we all need to be trying to go our own ways.
Right.
Because there's only I think with a group you have a lot more room technically wise, so you could trade off vocals. You could do one verse here. You could do an entire song where he does an entire song. You can do all that, but in terms of marketing and actual like music overall, it's hard to have everybody
shine.
It's hard to have everybody shine at once. So you need to have one person that stands out.
Right. That's
gonna bring everybody else with them.
And I think that's where we have our biggest problems because we all want to shine.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of group like, fucking take it back to Michael Jackson, like the Jackson 5. Michael Jackson stood out.
Yeah.
Like he was that main focus. So I think that's where a lot of groups do have a problem. Like they just need that one person. Like if you hear bands nowadays, they have one or maybe like two singers and the rest of them play instruments.
Yeah.
Like fucking Chris Daughtry. I don't know why the fuck they named their group Chris Daughtry. Like and that's the fucking main singer. Ain't that his name?
Yeah, his name is Chris Daughtry, but there's a whole band.
Right.
It's like Taylor Swift. She doesn't just stand up there with a guitar.
Right.
She's a whole band. You know, Katy Perry. All those pop stars are like that.
Yeah.
You know, Justin Timberlake. That dude plays with a whole fucking symphony.
True.
But it's called Justin Timberlake.
What if I just name my group Young Prodigy? I would never do that.
Well, it's like Roscoe Dash.
Yeah.
Roscoe Dash is 3 people.
I didn't even know that. I thought it was just him.
Oh, wait, you're right. Not Roscoe Dash. Travis Porter.
Travis Porter, yeah.
It's 3 people.
Yeah.
Every time I'm like, this dude sounds different every time I hear him. Well, it's 3 people. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I was wondering why there was so many people in the video.
Yeah.
Rapping his words, but you know, I didn't know any different at the time when he first came out. First time I heard of him, man. First time I heard Travis Porter was I was in Florida, and All the Way Turned Up had just come out, and I was in a club, and it was that song came on, and then every black person rushed the floor, jumped in a big ass. But that's exactly what it was, though. It was. Every black person just jumped in a big ass like mosh pit and was like all the way turned just with their homies just fucking getting wild. Yeah. And I was like, what is this song? But it was at a club, so I was like, I keep hearing this same fucking song, but I can't hear the words to it. All I hear was like the bass line.
That's
and
I
heard
music nowadays, man. People don't even listen to the words, they listen to the beat.
I mean, and that's. Do you listen to Childish Gambino?
I've heard. I used to listen to him with my homeboys, but like I just never really
got into it.
Yeah, but like actually, people nowadays like music ain't. It's not music. Like I just feel when I listen to music like on the radio, I'm just like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, what the fuck is that? Booty Me Down? Like,
yeah,
that's not fucking music, man. That's that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Fucking Soulja Boy's stupid ass shit. What the fuck is it? What the fuck is this first song? What was it called?
Superman. Superman
like,
that hoe.
Man, I think he came into the game, everything got fucked up. For real, I think he was like the downfall of fucking music.
Soulja Boy, I think he was headed that way, but he started a wave of one-hit wonders.
Yeah, there's a lot of one-hit wonders.
You know, people don't think of one-hit. If you say one-hit wonders, they automatically think like 80s and early 90s rock bands. There's so many one-hit wonders in hip-hop, dude.
Yeah, a lot. A lot.
And
like they make one song and then they make like this album that never gets heard. Like I'm just like, okay, what the fuck happened to you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but music to me, music is J. Cole, music is Wale, music is I'll give it to Drake, somewhat, but that's music to me. Like that, or like Ace Hood, bro. I listen to Ace Hood's fucking mixtapes, and
Ace Hood is deceiving.
So underrated. Man, it's just
from the public perspective. Ace Hood is just fucking bullshit. But when you listen to his mixtapes, there's a lot of people that you can make that argument for. But Ace Hood truly is a lot deeper than what you listen to.
Yeah, like that's. I think it all has a reason to do with fucking who the group that the label he's signed to. Like, they don't want that shit to be out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not what people want to hear nowadays.
That's not what people want other people to hear. It is what people want to hear. They relate to it.
Like, what's that song when he's talking about the government? What is that song called?
Which mixtape?
Fuck the World.
Fuck the World?
It's from Starvation 2.
Okay, I don't have Starvation 2. I only got Starvation. I need to get Starvation 2.
Starvation 2 is one of the dopest mixtapes I've heard in a long time. You need to get it. I gotta get off mixtapes, bro. They have all the mixtapes you can download.
I usually get them off DatPiff.
But
I'm sure Starvation 2 is on there.
Starvation 2 is, man, it's one of the realest mixtapes I've ever heard in my life. And it's not like he talks about bullshit rap. It's like
it's real shit.
He's talking about his fucking life and how he came up and everything, and that's music. That's what I think music is.
And it's legible too. Like Rich Homie Quan, pretty sure that dude is deaf. Pretty sure that dude's got a hearing problem.
Why you say that?
You listen to him, he's like, man, smooth operators.
Future's the same way.
Future. Is that dude move his lips when he talks? I don't know. But
listen to 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz knows that his shit is garbage, but he does it that way because it's so funny.
It is funny.
It's so funny.
I think all his punchlines are backwards if you think about it.
You think so?
I think they are.
Like he says them backwards. Like he says the smart line and then follows it up with something.
That shit's funny. But everybody think he's new. Like when he first came,
Titty Boy.
Yeah, dude, he's so old. Like it's retarded. Like
he's almost in his. He's like 44, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't fucking know. I don't think he's that old, but I know he's an old rapper. Old. Like fucking Juicy J. Get the fuck out of here. He is garbage. Garbage. Like, I can argue with that all day long. What the fuck is that new song he came out with? That
Katy Perry?
Is that it?
With like, Dark Horse?
Yeah, man, get the fuck out of here. That song is so garbage.
He said, what does he say? He's like, shorty, eat your heart out like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Dude, oh man, that is not rap.
He starts out and goes, shorty is a beast. I call it karma.
Like,
that doesn't make sense, but whatever.
Right.
With Juicy J, he makes songs for the people who want to hear shit like that. Like I don't listen to Juicy J when I'm feeling philosophical.
Right.
I've downloaded 2 songs with Juicy J in them. One of them was Lucky Ass Bitch with Mac Miller.
I'll give it to that.
Cause that song, I hate that song, but I love that song at the same time.
I downloaded Clappers.
And Clappers, Wale. Those are the only 2 songs I downloaded with Juicy J in them. But Juicy J, he appeals to that moment when you're getting fucked up. Juicy J is appealing to that. You right. And so when he comes on. Alright, that's the 20-minute mark, so we're going to take a break real quick. Piss break. Stay tuned for the next part. Alright, it's time for us to grab some more. Ooh.
That's one of the nastiest beers.
You don't like Budweiser?
I don't like Budweiser.
I like Budweiser.
Got a can.
Limerita!
I go with it. I wish it was a strawberry. Shit.
Dude, strawberries are fucking nasty.
You don't like them?
No.
Man, I can drink one until it starts hurting my stomach, but
That's
I
what
think they're
I'm
better
saying.
than these motherfuckers, though.
The Limeritas? I like Limeritas better, but...
Make me look like a little bitch on your podcast drinking this little bitty ass can.
Yeah, but that little ass can's probably got more liquor in it than this does.
8%. Well,
Exactly.
yeah,
What is
8%.
What is this, 3.2%?
Probably so.
5, not 5%, I don't know. Whatever. I like Budweiser's. I'll tell you what, man. I saw,
Bud Lights in the room.
have you ever seen, have you seen Top Gun?
No.
Of course.
I don't watch TV, man.
Well, Top Gun's a movie from the 80s.
I know, but I don't. TV nowadays is just like, it's boring. Like, I watch A&E, and I'll probably watch Discovery Channel, and I'll watch,
History Channel used to be cool, but not anymore.
yeah.
It's a bunch of bullshit. You know,
Yeah.
like Pawn Stars and all that shit.
I watch Pawn Stars. I think it's a
Come
good
on.
show. And I like Storage Wars, and I like,
That's why you watch it.
Hardcore Pine. That shit is
The Hardcore
hilarious.
Pine.
That shit. I think it's all staged,
It's
but that shit is fucking
It is
funny.
all staged. You can tell that they're
Yeah.
bad actors. That skinny dude with the with the earring.
That shit is
dude.
hilarious. And I fucking
Always trying to fight somebody
yeah,
on that
hell
show.
yeah, y'all trying to fight somebody. Who, Lester? You talking about Lester, the dad?
I don't know who he is. He's skinny.
Is he old?
Nah, he's like maybe 30.
He's probably his son. Does he
Maybe.
work behind the counter?
I don't know. He's just always trying to fight something. He's always like, well, I don't know. Everybody on that show looks like they're always on some bullshit. Like they're always involved in some drama.
What other show do I watch?
I tell you what, I got Netflix, man, and that's all I need. Netflix and the internet.
The internet. You need to watch One Tree Hill. It's a good ass show, man.
I watched Community. Have you seen Community?
No, I don't know what that is.
It actually has Childish Gambino on it. He's a writer and an actor for the show. It's a pretty ridiculous show. It's a bunch of different types of people that all went to the same community college, but this community college is not realistic, like at all.
It's not real.
Like they're for example, one episode, the dean said we're gonna have a paintball tournament, and the winning prize is advanced registration. Like you get to register in advance, like the first one, or priority registration. And it was like an all-out war. Like the whole entire school was all fucking torn up, and like the whole school was like covered in paintballs, and everybody like they had like this one guy had a gun that was like an automatic gun. It was just just shooting everything, and people were like forming teams and tribes and like defecting, and I don't know, it was all crazy shit.
If we had that back in high school, Mr. Waters would probably go fucking crazy.
Is he still there?
Yeah,
Mr. Waters is
he's
still there.
there.
I tell you what, man.
Man, that dude.
The high school we went to, I probably could have went to a different high school and been cool. Like, when people are like, yeah, man, some people say, high school is the best years of my life. I'm like, damn, what fucking high school did you go to? Cause
yeah, I think my high school years was the best. Was like the funnest time to me. Like we did. I think I had the most fun probably my junior year in high school, for real, and my senior year, because that's the year I didn't give a fuck about shit. Like we did some stupid ass shit, like for real, fucking robo tripping, like.
Oh yeah. I never did that shit with you guys. I tried it one. I guess I was with Derek. We went to a wrestling meet and a bunch of people were robo tripping, and I like tasted it and was like, nah, fuck that.
Hey, that shit is nasty.
Fuck that. That was when they were mixing it with like Sprite and Jolly Ranchers.
That's what you're supposed to do, dude. The way that shit got brought up is me and Tony James. I don't know what the fuck this dude was doing, but that's when he was like so into Lil Wayne or whatever, and he's watching Lil Wayne do this the fucking surf shit, and he was like, man, how do I make this authentic shit or whatever, and like went up to the gas station and asked this girl that her name's Ange or whatever, she worked at the mobile by my house,
yeah,
and she told him, and like that's how it all got started, and I was like, I did it like maybe 10 times, and I was like, alright, this shit is not where it's at.
Didn't you like trip out for real? Like start seeing
yeah,
weird
I saw
shit?
fucking Toucan Sam feed me fucking Fruit Loops and shit.
What?
And then like I thought somebody was chasing me, and Tony's like, dude, you're sitting on the couch. And I was like, dude, no, somebody's just chasing me. And he was like, you've been sitting on the couch the whole time. And I was just like, all right, yeah, this time to stop. Yeah, that shit.
Yeah.
Those are back in my stupid days though, man. Back in high school.
Well, you gotta learn from your mistakes. You know?
Yeah.
You gotta make the mistakes to learn from. That's it.
True.
Last week Dane was
It's all
on
about growing up.
Last week Dane Knocktree was on the show, and he was, I don't know if we were on camera or not when he was talking about some of the stupid shit that he's done. Yeah, I guess. Well, he didn't go into detail, but he's done a lot of stupid shit. He learned from it. The stupid things that I've done, I've learned from too as well. I've always had a pretty good head on my shoulders, and I've said no to a lot of things.
Oh yeah, I've said no to a lot of things, like drugs. Not for me.
Yep.
Not for me.
That's how I've been. I guess anything that alters the way you perceive reality, and I don't consider alcohol to do that.
I'm about to say.
Okay, what alcohol does, it does alter. Okay. Anything that makes you see things that aren't actually there. Basically, you know what I'm saying?
But how could you say alcohol isn't that? Because I mean, you probably
you don't see Toucan Sam
I
feeding
know,
Fruit
but you
Loops
never.
to somebody when you
I
drink
understand
alcohol.
that, but like when people actually get, well, you probably never reached that state of mind to where like, because I mean, you probably know your limits when it comes to drinking, but like whenever you get drunk, like you start to get blurry and shit, and like you just see shit that ain't there. It's like when you're driving, like you see like double almost everything. So like,
okay, I see where you're going
know
with
what I'm
that,
saying?
but
So,
I mean like tripping.
I understand like tripping on like shrooms and shit.
Yeah, so I never did any of that shit.
Yeah, fuck all that. I think the biggest part, the reason why I've not done that shit is because I would have to thank my dad for that shit and my mom, because like my mom and my dad were always on my ass about not doing shit. And they were on my ass, but they never kept me sheltered from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I think that's the problem with a lot of kids nowadays is
they get sheltered.
their parents shelter them, and then like that makes them just want to go do it. And that's what's wrong with a lot of kids is, and they wonder why society is so fucked up nowadays is because you keep sheltering your kids from life and from TV and from all this other shit, and your kids want, you know, they fiend for that. So it's like, oh, okay, well, if my parents don't want me to do this, it's like Lion King. How his dad never wanted to go into into the fucking
shadows, anything beyond where the sun touches.
And what did his son go do? Like that's definitely, like, now that I think about it, that just made me realize like that was what he was trying to teach his son. Like that, well, that's what they were trying to teach society. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking weird. That just came into my head.
So, for example, and I'm sure you've been. I don't know if you were around. You remember Chelsea? I don't want to say her whole name. She had blonde hair. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all you had to say.
So she was like real uptight, and her parents pretty much sheltered her and kept her from a lot of things. And me, when I was in high school, I would leave my house at night. I'd drive, go pick up Chelsea. Well, she was not down to do anything like that. It took a long time of us being friends and her trusting me. I would go pick her up, then we'd go to a party and get drunk and do whatever. Like, we'd go to a party and kick it or, you know, whatever the situation was. And I was cool to, like, go to the party, do that, wake up, go home, be normal, you know, do whatever. Like, I was okay doing that because my parents had never sheltered me from anything. I saw when people fucked up.
Right.
And, you know, I saw like the dangers of it, but I also got to experience it too.
Right.
So I was able to learn what's right and what's wrong in those scenarios on my own, which is, you know, the best way to do it. But she was sheltered, so after going out with me a few times doing that, then she went off the deep end.
Off the fucking wall. That's exactly what happens, man.
Was every single night. And she became from what I hear, when she was in Colombia, she became a bar rat. I actually saw her this past summer, and she invited me out for her birthday. It was me and Johnny O. And me and Johnny O met up with her at a bar, her and her friends and her boyfriend, who they'd been together for a long time, and he was there. And Chelsea and I hadn't seen each other since high school started, or since high school ended. And we're like hanging out or whatever, and then she was kind of talking to us for a long time, and then I guess her boyfriend was like,
I'm kind of pissed,
getting a smart eye with her, and so she was like, hey, we're gonna go to this bar, blah blah blah. All right, cool. And I was like, well, you know, it was in the middle of summer in Colombia. on like a Friday night, so there wasn't a lot going on. But some bars would be popping on Fridays in Columbia in the summer. Some wouldn't be. So they went to this other bar. They went to the piano bar, and Johnny and I were, after staying there, hanging out with our friends or whatever. So hey, well, you want to go to piano? Because we went there a lot. That was a place that we frequented.
Okay.
So we went to piano. They were there. I didn't know where they were, but I came in. I was getting a drink, and some blonde chick comes up to me, grabs, puts her arm around me, and kisses me on the cheek, and was like, "I missed you." And I look over, and it's Chelsea. Yeah.
Oh, I bet your boyfriend was pissed.
And so she's like, and then so we're like bullshitting or whatever, and we're just talking, and she's like out of her mind, drunk because it's her birthday, I guess. And I, being this person that I've always been with Chelsea, I'm like, hey, I'm still a little bit in control of what's going on in my life. I kind of understand what I'm doing, so I'm not acting a fool.
Right.
Because that's how I am. And she's like, hey, you want to go dance? I'm like, cool. But it's piano, so it's not like a dance floor, But
I've never been in before, so.
Oh, okay. So it's like two dueling pianos. Two guys that play piano and sing.
Okay.
So they pretty much do all requests. So she's like, hey, you want to go dance? I was like, cool. So it's not like a club. It's not like grinding, But we just went up and danced for a minute, and then she was just hanging around with me, and then we took some pictures and sent them to her mom, because I used to be really good friends with her mom. And she's like, oh, my mom would love to know that we were hanging out, blah, all this stuff. And she's like holding my hand and like putting her face up to my, like, basically kissing on my neck and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden she leaves, and she comes back over and she goes, my boyfriend's pissed, I gotta go. And just like leaves. I'm like, okay, cool, because I wasn't like playing into it at all. Seriously, I was not playing into it. And
from what you say,
no, but there I had plenty of other people that were there, and they were like, they were like, hey, you did a good job. She has a boyfriend, it's cool, and I've never had a problem in that scenario anyway.
A lot of dudes, a lot of relationships nowadays is that motherfuckers do not know how to respect relationships.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
they don't give a fuck.
How can you not like? A fucking relationships mean two people, motherfucker, not 8, not 2. You learn math and fucking, you know what I'm saying, elementary.
Yeah.
Like, you know how to fucking count. 1 + 1 = 2, motherfucker. Unless you fucking special or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But like,
dude,
man, it just blows my mind how fucked up our generation is, and it's only going to get fucked up even more. And like, I'm scared.
Music,
for like,
music does it.
Yeah, exactly. And fucking, it's not only music. It's fucking TV. Fucking games, like the new GTA 5, I love it to death, but dude, like, it is so much violence in it, and I'm just like, who in the fuck like
thinks
who in the right,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, like, little kids have to watch this shit, like, little kids, I mean, violence is shown everywhere, like, and it's just like, and they wonder why kids go out and kill motherfuckers, because they play games like that, like, and they're addicted to it, and they're just like, oh, I'm going to go home, fuck my homework, and I'm going to play GTA 5 and go kill some motherfuckers, and I'm going to go do it out on the fucking street. And then it's not even that. Motherfuckers, like the kids that live in St. Louis, dude, it's like they're around it all the time. So that's the way of the life that they think is right.
Yeah.
And like, and then their parents don't want to. Yeah, and then their parents don't want to teach them right or wrong because their parents are so caught up in it. And like, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand what you mean, because being from St. Louis, my sister and my older brother live in South City, and they went to well, my sister goes there now. My brother graduated from a private school in the city, but even the private school in the city, it's got kids that are like that have that family lifestyle, and like their grandparents are paying for them to go to a good school so they can be out of it. Right. But it doesn't make a fucking difference.
True.
For instance, my sister was at a park, and not her, but her friend, these two girls had beef. So they start beefing it out, right? And they start like fighting or whatever. Well, one of the girls' moms, the girl that gets her ass beat, her mom comes up, is like, I heard you whoop my daughter's ass. Starts fighting the girl that whooped her ass.
It's so fucked up.
Then my sister, who's not even involved, this woman's like starting shit with my sister, trying to fight my sister. And my sister's like, she's like me, she's got a level head.
Right.
She may hang out with the wrong crowd sometimes, but she knows right from wrong and when's a good time to get the fuck out. And she's just like, what is happening right now? This woman's trying to fight me. Because like, if somebody's getting in your face, she doesn't back down, but at the same time, if it's somebody's mom, she's like, this is wrong on so many levels. Like, this 40-year-old woman is trying to fight me. I had nothing to do with this situation. I had nothing, I wasn't even a part of this. And it's like that person, like that girl ended up, like, coming over to my sister's house and to where we lived and stealing a bunch of shit during a party. And it's like and then her mom came over, like, walked in or she had a bunch of shit stolen when she was at our house. She didn't steal stuff. She had stuff stolen while she was at my house. Well, I don't live there, but my family does. Had shit stolen from her, and then her mom came to our house, opened up the door, walked in, and tried to fight my mom. Like, where the fuck is my daughter's shit, or some crazy shit like that.
Fuck no.
I was like, what? But that's why that type of mom has that type of daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
But that daughter, she doesn't learn any better because that mom's in that situation.
But
and the daughter listens. She watches and she listens to everything around her, the music, the media, all that shit, and it's telling her that it's okay to be that way.
Like, there's people. Well, like me, like, since my mom and my dad split up, like when I was young, and like I was back and forth with my mom and my dad. So like I was out here and then I was out in the city all the time.
Yeah.
And like what I'm saying, I saw that shit, but like I feel like it's up to the kid to choose their way of life. Like, I mean, yeah, whenever you're a kid, you don't know from right or from wrong, but once you grow up, you're like, that's not right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're gonna know. It's like an instinct. Like, that's not right. Like, you watch somebody steal, like, you're not gonna be like, oh, that's the right way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, know.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's just the kid's mentality of the way they thinking. They're like, okay, well, this is the way I'm going to live my life because my parents lived it. Or they're going to be like, okay, well, I don't want to be like my parents.
Yeah. So
I think it's just the way the kid wants to live their own life. Because I think everybody controls their own life in a certain extent. And so, like, I understand, like, your parents have a lot to do with it. Like, oh, don't go do this, don't go do that. But then, like, I don't know. I just have a weird way of thinking about shit, man. Like, I don't know. It's just weird.
No, I understand what you're saying. When you get to a certain age, you got to be able to make that choice for yourself.
Your own decisions, like.
And there's, I mean, you could say parents are responsible for so much, but you're not in those parents' shoes.
Exactly.
I mean, but at the same time, those parents made their own decisions to be parents. You know what I'm saying? You say, "Oh, it wasn't my fault."
Right.
Well, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
A roundabout way is a way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Whatever the situation was. Oh, I had birth control. Oh, we used a condom. Well, you knew the 99% effectiveness
right.
going into it, so that's the situation, and you got to deal with it. And I think people in America, because this is the country I live in, so this is what I know. I don't know about other countries, but I think people in America get to thinking, well, especially our generation. Well, not especially our generation. Our generation got a little bit of it, but especially the generations growing up now. Think that everybody gets a trophy.
Right.
Everybody tried hard. You know, in public schools, this is what, I don't know, this is fact. My younger brother, who's in public school, told me that in his gym class, they're not allowed to line kids up and pick because somebody gets picked last, and that's not fair. They're not allowed to, like, line them up and pick for their teams because somebody gets picked last, and somebody's parent is going to complain about it because they're not being realistic because they don't want to parent their child, you know, like they want to, but they don't have the patience to sit down and do it and be tough with their child and say, hey, look, the world is gonna fuck you.
Nothing's fair at all.
Right. You're not gonna get something by not trying hard. And so our generation got a little taste of that. When we started getting older, it's starting to become popular. But overprotecting, this goes back to that story I was talking about Chelsea. Overprotecting has become almost the standard of what is happening to the majority of kids that I've seen. And that's just in my life, and that's with the kids I went to college with, I went to high school with, and I went to 7 different schools before, or my high school was the 7th different school I went to. I went to public schools in the city, public schools in the county, private schools in the county, private schools in the city. Like, I went to all the like combinations you could pretty much do, really, because we moved around a lot, and I got to see all of it. And so when I got to Wentzville, I can't tell you the amount of kids in Wentzville that are overprotected because, like, let's be honest, there's not a whole lot of terrible, awful crimes happening in Wentzville. I went to a party one time and got arrested for breaking and entering because I was at a party. Now I got off with everything. Like I didn't get convicted of anything, but somebody at the party got into a fight. The neighbors heard it, called the police. Police assumed it was breaking and entering. That doesn't happen in the county. I've been to parties in St. Louis City and St. Louis County where you walk up and the fucking door's off the hinges or the door doesn't even have a fucking knob, and you know the kid's parents are gonna whoop his ass when they get back from wherever they're at. But that's the scenarios. They have parties that are like truly ragers, and the police don't show up. Whereas in Wentzville and a lot of places out here, you have a party. I mean, I've had people over here before where the police showed up because we were being too loud in my backyard. Like, seriously.
That is fucked up.
The police patrol this neighborhood. This is a great neighborhood.
Right.
I'm like, can you go over to like where there's probably crime at, like maybe
the Heights.
The Heights. Maybe over like
I grew up in the
valley.
Heights, man.
Maybe
valley
like
the Heights.
Yeah, over in the government
like
housing.
The hood of Wentzville, but I honestly think like the Heights, man, they're kids over there. But see what it is in the Heights and the Valley, it's people that's moving from St. Louis to move out here.
Yeah.
And
they're trying to make it trying to be better.
They're trying to make it better, but the people that are moving in that neighborhood are from the city, and like that's all they know is bad. Like, dude,
yeah.
I grew up in the Heights, and when I was back in the day when I lived in the Heights, dude, it was not a bad neighborhood. Tyler Sellers grew up in he lived right down the street from me.
Yeah.
You know Tyler ain't no bad kid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I remember me and Tyler used to fucking ride Tonka trucks down the little fucking hill, and it wasn't a bad neighborhood. But now, since people are moving from St. Louis out here, like that's all it is, and motherfuckers coming to school like, I'm Crip and blood this and damn, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's true. Like we had a lot of kids in our high school that were about repping their colors, and when they came out, and I was from where they were from, you know, exactly. I was like. He's a bitch. He's trying to front in front of everybody, and I could call him out. Like, or I wouldn't call him out because I'm not the type of person to call somebody out for no reason. Like, if you're my homie, I'll call you out and be like, yeah, you're fucking front right now. But a random ass dude, I'm not gonna do that. But that was the way it was when I got to Wentzville. It was a culture shock.
Yeah.
For me, man, it was a lot different. Hey, it's time for the piss break. If you're drinking at home, take a piss break too. So. Shit. You ready for the last one?
Yeah.
Let's see what we got.
What the fuck is that?
Michelob Ultra. Water beer. Cool.
Let's see what's over there.
Damn. Pulled the Heine, huh? There we go.
Oh, shit. Oh.
If you didn't know, family's from Colorado, so we're all pretty big Denver Bronco fans.
You still have in the trash?
Yeah.
What about it?
I think you said that right.
No, like the top.
Yeah?
Oh, here it goes. Right here. I thought I like flicked it and it went out the trash. Yeah.
That'd have been dope. Good shot. You ever drank Heineken before?
Nope. First time.
First time having Heineken?
I don't really, man. I stick to Bud Light and I stick to Bud Select.
Really? That's all you drink?
Yeah.
You drink liquor?
Yeah, I drink liquor. What the fuck? I'd rather drink liquor than beer any day. Like I stick to vodka, and I don't know, dark liquor. I probably drink like I drink any type of liquor.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big whiskey guy. I can't do vodka. Like I just got too drunk, like way too drunk when I was like 16 off vodka. It hasn't been my shit. I like a lot of gin though. Like I like doing.
This shit tastes like coffee.
You don't like it?
This shit tastes like coffee.
It's a little skunky, but it's a little hoppy. I like Heineken though. I could drink a Heineken fucking any day.
Fuck that.
I can drink a Heineken fucking hot summer day. Hand me a Heineken, I'll take that over. Well, I won't take that over a water, but
over water.
If it's like water, if it's like Heineken or anything else, I'd probably take a Heineken. I drink a lot, but when I'm at the bars, usually I get a whiskey Sprite, whiskey on the rocks, or gin and pineapple, because They all the bars got pineapple. You said you have?
I never.
Gin. I like gin and juice, but I don't like gin and orange juice as much as I like gin and pineapple.
I don't know. I usually stick to vodka and cranberry, vodka and Sprite, rum and Coke. Fucking.
I used to do rum and Coke. That used to be my shit, but
without enough money, then I'll fucking get like Grey Goose or fucking Ciroc. Dude, I remember I was drinking Ciroc and I was like, "You ever had Ciroc before?" They're like, "What the fuck is Ciroc?" I'm just like, "Oh, you must not."
Were you hanging out with white people? White people don't drink Ciroc.
I don't, man, but it's good though. It's not like bad. It's not like it's bad. Like it goes down really smooth.
It's like peach Ciroc. It's pretty popular.
Ciroc, and they have berry, and then they have fucking, I think regular, and I think it's like Coke. Some shit like that.
I was hanging out with some girls.
Actually, put this back on. It won't come back off.
Maybe I've never seen that before.
What?
Somebody put it back on again.
I usually put all my taps back on my fucking beers because I usually set them down and like if they fall over, I don't know.
Spill, yeah.
But I ain't gonna do that again.
Nah, man. The first time I ever had a Mick Ultra, I was like 18, I think, maybe 19.
It's like a natty. Is that what it tastes like?
No, it tastes. Here, you want to try it? I just call it water beer because it's like, it's pretty watered down. There's not a whole lot of flavor to it.
It tastes like water.
Yeah.
Like it tastes like.
It's like a beer you have with like a steak. You know, you'd have it as like you'd go along with like your meal.
I guess I'd probably drink a Bud Light with my steak, but that's just.
I drink a Heineken with my steak. I drink
fuck a Heineken.
You ever drink cognac?
No. Fuck it. Is that whiskey?
I don't want to say kind of. Cognac is like. I guess it's like an extreme form of bourbon. I'm not exactly positive on what it is, but when you smell it, you're like, woo! I can smell through my nose now. Like it clears your senses when you smell it, and it's usually expensive too. It's like I got a friend that's like, he's pretty wealthy, and he's kind of a connoisseur of alcohol. Mm-hmm. And we went on this trip to Nebraska, and but he wasn't 21. He was like 20. We went on this trip to Nebraska, and we were staying at this hotel, and we go down to like the. We were actually there. Believe it or not, we were there with our theater, the theater department from my college. We went to Nebraska to recruit for him, basically. And so we go down to the bar at the hotel, and we're staying at a Embassy Suites. So it's pretty nice, you know what I'm saying? It's sweet. You know, we got the whole. Just me and him, you know, we each got a bed and we got a fucking little living room with a fucking fridge and couch and, you know, all that shit. So we go down to the bar and they've got a couple cognacs and he's like, "You ever drink cognacs?" And I was like, "Dude, I've had Hennessy, but that's it." And he's
that's
like,
for old people.
That's for Snoop Dogg. So he's like, "No, I used to drink Hennessy in college too, but that's a different story." So he's like, "Oh, let's get a couple cognacs." And I'm like, "All right." And he's like, "Well, should I just ask her? Should you order them?" And I'm like, "Well, she's gonna card both of us if she cards one of us." And he looks older. He looks like he's 21. And she's like, "What should I do?" And I tell him, like, "Dude, just order a drink. Like, just totally be." He's an actor, right. So I'm like, "Just be confident, dude. Just act like you don't get carded. I guess I don't know. And just go up there and ask for a drink and just be straightforward about it." Cool. So he goes up there and he's like, "Yeah, can we get two of?" And it's like it's $18 a glass.
Really? How big are the glass?
Like, well, the glass is a regular. It's like a small champagne glass. You know, it's like this big, but it's like still rounded. You know, but it's like a shot and a half worth, I guess. Roughly a shot and a half, maybe 2 shots worth of alcohol. That's $18, right?
Damn.
So he's like, "Can I get 2 glasses of some? I don't even know what it was called." And she's like, "Yeah, sure." So she gets them, and he's looking at me like, "Yeah, she can card us. Like, that's pretty cool." And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, man." So she pours him or whatever, and she hands him over to us, and he pays. We're having a conversation, and then she goes, "By the way, I trust you too, but can I see your IDs just to be safe?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, show her my ID." And she hands it back, and then he's like, "I think I left it up in the room." And she's like, "Oh, okay, well, you can go get it, and then, like, that'd be fine." And he's like, "No, it's cool." Totally. And she looks at him and says, well, I mean, it's not a problem. I'm going to be here. You can go up and get your ID to stay here. And he just looks at her and says, it's cool. My friend can have it.
Fuck
So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, oh, I got, 2 drinks. And he paid for both of them because I wasn't going to pay $18 a glass. So she pours the other one of mine. And he's telling me, he's like, you gotta swish it this way 8 times, then go back this way 9 times, and that really gets the flavors like mixed around, all this bullshit. I'm just like, whatever, dude, it's a liquor, I'm just gonna drink it.
Right.
So I take a sip of it, and it fucking burns everything in my face. My face is on fire. Like, I take a drink, I'm just like, holy shit. Woo! And he's like, yeah, it's pretty good stuff, huh? No, this is terrible. I don't want to drink this at all. So I take like half a sip, and then I don't drink any more of it. And so he just paid $36 for for nothing over that.
Well,
yeah, it was. Yeah, so I've had Hennessy in college. We used to mix. It's called KCT, like Kansas City tea. Mm-hmm. It's Hennessy, iced tea, and or no, it's Hennessy, Sprite, and orange juice. I'm pretty sure. Dude, it's good.
That don't even sound good.
Dude, it is though. It is like it's not bad at all. And we used to do that, and then we'd mix it with pineapple juice too, or like a strawberry pineapple, whatever. Like the ones that you get from Walmart for $1.
Yeah, you're talking about.
Yeah, we'd mix it with those, and we'd call it, because we were in a fraternity, and it was called Fiji, so we'd call it Fiji tea. Because it looks like tea, because the Hennessy's like real dark, you know? And you mix it with a light colored.
Turn light,
Yeah, and so it looks like tea. So that's what we call it, Fiji tea. And there was, you know that picture of Kanye and Amber Rose?
When they're walking?
He's like got a hold of her ass cheek.
Oh no, I haven't seen that one.
It's from like an award ceremony or something. He's got her ass cheek in one hand and the bottle of Hennessy in the other hand.
Dude, he is so ignorant. Like
he really.
He's just.
Well, I went to my senior formal, and somebody took a picture of me and I brought a bottle of Hennessy with me because just fucking being who I am. We're drinking KCT, and then we had a limo and shit, so I just fucking brought the Hennessy with me. Mm-hmm. And no idea, my date, I was like grabbing her butt cheek, and somebody took a picture, and I was like, it was almost a reenactment of that Kanye photo. Like, it was the exact same shit. Like, had a bottle of Hennessy in the same hand. I was like, yeah, what's up? Me and Kanye. What's up?
He's okay. So, what's up with these questions you were supposed to be asking me? This list of questions.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna ask you, who are your influences?
My influence, music-wise, or
it can be both. Yeah, music or just in life.
I'm going to say my influence would probably be music-wise. I listen to, well, like I was saying earlier, I listen to a lot of Wale. I wasn't really a big fan of J. Cole, so I really started listening to him. But he's a big influence. I would have to say Ace Hood. I listen to a lot of Ace Hood. Kid Ink, and Lil Wayne. Like, he used to be my top favorite artist. And then, like, just the way he started rapping, like, I just, like, kind of fell off of him. But, like, if I have to say another big influence in my life would have to be my friend Jay and Tony James. Like, them two had a big impact on my life. Like when my dad left when I was 13 years old, like, I had nobody to look up to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I was on my own. So, like, having Tony, and then Tony went to the Army, and then, like, Jay, he's been there through, like, everything. Just, like, you know what I'm saying? He's just like another Tony, but, like, just two different personalities. And, like, them two have been, like, a big personality. But I can't say that my dad has never been there, because as a child growing up, like, I've learned a lot of shit from my dad. A lot of shit. And then, like, we slowly fell off, but, like, I understand, like, he wants to try to be a part of my life, but it's like, I'm an adult now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I would have to learn my, it's my turn to take my own steps in life.
Yeah.
So, like, being a dad now, it's like, it just wouldn't be the same as if it would if he would have done it a long time ago.
Yeah.
So, But like he is a big influence in my life as well. Like I just looking back on my life and I was just like, I just want to be something that he wasn't to me. You know what I'm saying? So like when I have a kid, like it'll be like I'm going to teach my son the ways that my dad couldn't teach me, even though he wants to teach them to me. But like I'm just
there, yeah.
I'm just too old for that right now.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
When talk a little bit about trying to be an artist at the same time trying to grind and have a job and take care of business at the same time.
Man, that is one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, because it's like you really have to manage yourself. You really have to not manage yourself, but timing is a lot, because like your job, like you have to make money to survive. That's everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't make money, then if you have to, it takes money to make money. Everybody knows that. So like, if you don't work enough, then you can't pay for your CDs to put out. If you don't work enough, you know what I'm saying? But then if you work too much, you can't do shows. You work too much, you can't grind. So it's like, it's a balance that you have to make. And I've learned that a lot. So like, me as an artist, I have to like pick the jobs that you have to really be selective of the jobs that you pick. Like me working in Ruby Tuesday, my managers are so laid back, like they understand that I have music to do. So like I have to schedule off, and if I forget, then they'll work with me with it. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's just really hard trying to grind, trying to live life, and then trying to live life, trying to work all at the same time. And I'm pretty sure you understand that. Like our video that we did, like we had a schedule around both of our times. It's just like when you wanted me to record you, like you were like, "Oh man, you busy?" I'm like, "Man, I have to work today." Or well, all right, well we can do it at 11 o'clock in the morning. Like it's just a lot that you have to do with it, but it's all worth it in the end. Especially like if you end up making it later on in life, you're just like, damn. You look back at your life, you're just like, all that shit I had to do, but it's worth it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of music that focuses starting to there's a lot of music that focuses on, you know, they'll be like, I got here and didn't even try. You know, in their head what they're trying to say is, I've got this much, you know, wait till I do try is what they're trying to say, but how it comes across is you don't have to try to get there. So people put in a half-assed attempt, doesn't work out, then they get pissed, then they give up. Then they quit because they're like, well, I wasn't cut out for it. But that's not true. And the people, that's why I think you respect Kid Ink so much, because he talks about his grind. Ace Hood, he talks about his grind. That's why I love MGK so much.
Yeah,
because he talks about his grind. And those three, and I love Kid Ink and Ace Hood. Those other two, those three people there specifically, they don't forget about where they came from.
Exactly. And that's the reason why, like, Eminem, he was like, as a child growing up, like, I listened to a lot of Eminem, I listened to a lot of Tupac. Yeah. And, like, dude, I swear those two people, and I mean, I can't say Biggie wasn't one of the top, but I just think back then I thought Tupac was better than Biggie, so I was listening to Tupac. And, like, I feel like, man, they talk about so much real shit, and it's still going on today. Like Tupac, he talks about so much real shit, and like I was like, dude, how do you know this shit? But it's just crazy how the world just evolved from like that to nowadays. It's just like, how do you forget? You know what I'm saying? How do you forget where you came from? Like it's just hard. Like like motherfuckers that like Jay-Z, bro. He's so arrogant now. Like not even that. Like I was on Google and I was looking up, I forgot what the fuck I was looking up, and I saw a picture of P. Diddy, and he was going through his money and he saw $1, and the way he was looking at the dollar was like, a fucking dollar? You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, it puts you in a perspective, like, that's how they think nowadays. It's like, $1? What the fuck is $1? But if you go get that dollar to a poor person, it's like, oh shit, I got $1. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
big chicken.
Right. And some change.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like, damn, like you want to be that, like that, like you can't be appreciative that you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just appreciate life, and that's all it's about.
I think a lot of people once, you know, they work so hard to get where they did, because I don't think Diddy was just like born into where he was at. You know, he worked hard to get where he was, and when there's two ways you can go when you're successful after hard work. You can go in this direction and be a pompous asshole, or you can go in this direction and be humble and understand where you came from.
Oh, you mean like go this way and be Kanye and be this way and be Kid Ink?
yeah. Well, I wouldn't even say Kid Ink because he's not up there with Kanye in terms of size. But somebody like Drake, I think Drake, he's still about where he came from. Because although he was born into things, yes, because he was on the grass. At a young age.
Let's say like
he had some money, but he's still. It doesn't matter. Drake still throws bones back to his homies that he came with.
Right, but
he's still about his crew.
If I was you, I would have used Meek Mill instead of Drake in that situation.
But I don't think Meek Mill's on the same pedestal that Drake's on.
He's not on the same pedestal
because Meek Mill's not on.
Look who he signed with,
top 40 stations. But I'm talking about appealing to the masses. Like if you say Diddy, if you say Jay-Z, everybody knows them. Not everybody knows Meek Mill, but everybody's gonna know Drake. If they don't know him already, soon in the next couple of years, he will be 100% mainstream. Everybody will know him.
I think the only reason why people really know Drake is because of Lil Wayne. Because everybody knows Lil Wayne. Everybody knows who Lil Wayne is. Like you say, Lil Wayne and fucking.
He put out 10,000 fucking songs. You're bound to get around the fucking.
I mean, yeah, but and then also Lil Wayne was born into money. Like you know what I'm saying? Like his father died at a young age, so Birdman picked him up, and Birdman already had money.
Yeah.
So it was like, and then that's why I don't get why Lil Wayne talks about like he used to grind. Like what grind did you have to put into it? Besides
when he was, I mean, he came out bling bling when he was like 14.
Right. Like, bro, like you.
But I mean, you know, it's like when you have a friend. So like what you and I dealt with growing up. And you have a friend that did not have to deal with anything horrible, and they talk about their problems. For instance, I dated a girl in high school. Her name was Sam. I won't say the last name. You know what I'm talking about?
Sorry.
She would bitch about shit that was totally irrelevant. So irrelevant to anything.
I know where you're coming from.
And she would be so mad about things that really were not a big deal. But to her, they were a big deal because she didn't have to deal with the shit that I had to deal with. That's why we didn't work out, because I was like, you are unrealistic. That's a fact. But you know, that's how things go. So to people, when people say, you know, they worked hard, working hard,
right. I understand.
There's several different
perspectives about it.
Perspectives, yeah. And so when Wayne says he had to work hard, I'm sure it could be something where like Wayne had to work hard to stay sober when he was 14,
right, to
make music. There, you know, when he was 14, he had to be sober when he was in the studio,
right,
and he didn't understand that. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm
really, trying to be open-minded.
I was wrong, in a way, from saying what I said. So I mean, because
but it's your perspective.
Yeah,
so it's not necessarily wrong.
But I can't say that because like whenever I talk about people's problems, I'm just like, okay, everybody's problems. If like whenever everybody says, oh, I have my own story, like. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a story behind their smile. Everybody has a story behind something. Yeah. But everybody's story is different. So I can't say like, oh, Drake was born into money. Okay, he might have been born into money, but you know what I'm saying? Like he probably still had problems going on in his life. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really say like, oh, that's why a lot of people that be like, oh, fuck rappers, blah blah blah. That's all they do is talk about how much money they have. Okay, well they have a reason to. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not trying to throw it in your face. But like, yeah, they're trying to throw it in your face because
they did it.
They did it. Worked, you know what I'm saying? They worked to get there.
I've always, cause in my life, I've always been a hard worker. I've always, 90% of the time, something I accomplish, something I do, is because I worked hard at it. Now, 10% of the time, there's been things that just landed in my lap and I ended up taking credit for it. But that's life. I mean, that's just how shit goes in reality. But I've always said. So people that say like that dude's got a nice ass body and he's super cocky about it. Well, if he's a buff dude, okay, I understand him being cocky about being good look, having a good body. Because if he's buff, you know he put the time in. Now if he's a scrawny ass dude that's skinny as fuck and fucking lifts up his shirt to show you his six pack abs, they're like, yeah, fuck that guy, he's a douche for lifting up his shirt. I'm like, okay, that's probably fair because
I get you. I get where you're coming from.
Because he didn't necessarily work to get what he has. You know what I mean? So thank you everybody for watching. If you want to be a part of the Friday Brew, if you want to be on it. If you want to be a part of the Friday Brew, if you want to be on it. Or if you have anything to say about it, you fucking hate us or you love us, whatever it is, comment below. You can find a link to Young Prodigy's music right here. Also, I'll post a link to the video that we did together called Rose Petals. Probably put that one right here. And then, with that being said, thank you to Russell's brother's going to come pick him up because we don't drink and drive. And I'm at home, so I don't give a shit.
Don't text and drive either. It's kind of bad for you. Bad for everybody else. So don't get addicted to it.
Right. Use Siri if you got it.
Use Siri.
If you got a Bluetooth, just if you can use Siri from your Bluetooth. You just hold down the button. It'll be like, just be like, yo Siri, text this. And
it'll probably distract a lot of people.
Yeah, maybe. Don't use technology when you're on the road. Basically,
just drive. Safer.
You know what? I don't use shit typically when I'm driving, like phones or whatever, because when I'm driving, that's my time to be me by myself.
Just put some music on.
No, I just get that time just to fucking not have anybody
just listen to
around.
Rose Petals. So. You'll be alright.
Rose Petals, Young Prodigy featuring Calvin Tiger. It's hot.
It's very
I've been thinking about emailing that to Hot 104.1.
I don't see why we didn't.
Because we didn't edit it. Oh, we're making an edited version. Do we need to edit?
I don't think so.
Anyway.
Well, you probably cussed a few times.
Maybe. I got a potty mouth. Thanks for watching. Catch us next time. Friday Brew with Calvin Tiger. Peace out, Girl Scouts.